So I guess we've all had a chance to review the agenda. Do I have a mover and a seconder to approve the agenda for the meeting today?
I can move.
Thank you, Sally.
I can second.
Thank you, Paula. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm in favor.
Do we have any declarations of conflict of interest?
Nope.
Seeing none.
No.
We've all had a chance to look at the minutes of the previous meeting. Any corrections, additions to be made? So
I don't think there was anything there.
It was a short meeting.
very short.
Yeah.
So someone to move and second the minutes of the previous meeting approval, please.
I can second.
I'll move it. Yeah.
Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Sally. All in favor?
Aye.
course.
In favor.
Any business arising from the minutes?
No.
No.
So we can move on to administrative report 6.1, Director of Protective Services. Thank you, Ken.
So as you can see, it was pretty light for fire calls, which is good. It's always a good thing we want to see. We did have one fire out on Pole Line Road where there was a shed that burnt. Luckily, we'd had rain the day before, so it was contained to that area. Our training, as you can see, we've been using the courthouse, which is ready for demolition at some point. So we can bust through walls and do some searches, everything that we can't normally do. So we're going to use the building as much as we can until it's gone.
I just had a correction to that page, Kim. Under the training.
Yep.
Second sentence, courthouse, which has been, which is not spelled like that for in this.
Oh yeah.
It
Yep.
would be my kind of witch, not your kind of witch.
Exactly. So the speed sign data, you can see Woodward is finally picking up the correct data. We are still getting, it's unbelievable. There's 65% of the people speeding before they hit those corners.
What is this? What is the setting for the speed? What have you got it set at?
Got it set at the speed limit of 50.
At 50. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Nobody
I was
goes
going to
50,
run it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm going to run it for this month, and then I'm going to move it up to probably either 55 or 60 to see what
Okay.
we're still getting from there.
Okay, because I know we had some issues regarding that sign. Some of the comments that I had was that the sign should be on the other side of the road because they find that when people are coming like from town, when they come around that corner, that's when they just like hit the accelerator and go flying the other way. So I think that was kind of, I heard quite a few comments about that. So just for your information.
Yep, but we are slated to put another pole on the other side of the road.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so they're movable signs. They'll be moving to different spots as we need them. So there will be another pole on the other side at some point.
Okay.
Complaints. At 119 so far. Must be a full moon because we got a lot today.
Yeah.
You can see our bylaw department report, what we've done. So the camera footage you see here, that's those trap cans that we're moving all over to where we have issues with people dumping. So, and we've been moving them to our playgrounds. We've been moving them quite a few different areas. And then the 5 building letters, that's for building without permit from last year. Or sorry, from last month. But we've been driving around and every time we see somebody building, we check to see that they have a building permit.
Yes, Paula?
I was just wondering, under Public Works, it says school light. What does that mean? You have two instances there.
Which one?
So under Public Works, on the first page of complaints, and you have school light, and you have two
Yeah,
cases.
the lights,
and I just
the
wondered-
lights on Huron Hill had to be repaired.
Oh, okay.
The lights are
Okay.
underneath, under Public Works, so there was, that one came up twice. They fixed it and then it burnt out right away again. So,
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I was just curious what that meant.
yeah, and then the one was for the the stop sign lights are on the highway. There was some issue there.
The push buttons weren't working.
That's right. That's what it was.
They're still
Okay.
not working.
Was
The
it down
one-
again? I just checked it the other day and they were back up.
The one on the west side, you really have to press it in like 4 or 5 times to get it to finally acknowledge you.
Okay, we'll test that one.
Yeah, the one just right in front of Unleashed.
And that was our truck 2 weeks ago, as you can see by the picture. They're starting to wire this. And we have a chassis and the back box is done. So I'll be able to put those on for the next meeting. They're
Mhm.
built in all
Good.
different spots and then they're brought to one assembly line. And that's it for that report.
Thank you, Ken. Any further questions for Ken? Then we can move on to 6.2, application for temporary relief from noise.
So what they're asking for is to be able to play some music with one speaker from 3 p.m. till 12:30 a.m. So it'll be an hour and a half that will be giving them extra.
And they're going to notify the neighbors, it says, so.
Yep, they're going to notify the neighbors. They're going to leave it low.
So are there any further questions about this item?
None
No.
for me.
Good.
Then I need a
I can
mover and
move
a
it.
seconder. Thank you, Paula.
I
Sally,
can,
that we recommend to council that the temporary noise permit relief for July the 17th, 2022 be referred to council. All in favor?
Yeah,
Aye.
in favor.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have a question for you, for the committee on the noise bylaw.
Mhm.
30 days seems like a long time, but it's not. When we're thinking we got this on May 11th and it just missed our May meeting. So we're looking at doing amendment to the bylaw to go up to 60 days
Mhm.
for it. But there's something else I want to kick around with for your input. All of the stages it has to go through are quite a few. So I'm wondering if something as small as this couldn't be dealt with by the Protective Services and the CAO, and then we report to you. If there's an issue that where we say no and the people say, yeah, we want it, then it would come to the committee. Would that work? I don't want to step on any toes here. I just want to make it a faster thing because we only have one meeting in the summer, right? Council meeting. And sometimes we don't have any Protective Services meetings in the summer. And that's pretty much when we're going to get these things.
yeah,
So Jason and I were talking about it, something like rocking along the river or something, some big thing like that, that we would take to the committee and then council. But these little things between our department and the clerk's department to make the decision on these small ones. Would everybody be fine with that?
I do like that idea.
Yeah.
It seems to be silly to burden council with a decision with regard to a simple noise exemption like this one.
Exactly. It's just taking up
Mhm.
time and reports
Mhm.
for really for nothing. It's an hour and a half.
Mhm.
But like I said, if
Yeah.
it's something big, then that should go to council because it's
Mhm.
affecting more people.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so we're good.
agree.
Okay, so what I'm
Yep.
gonna do is we'll have an amendment to the bylaw that states that kind of thing, how it's gonna be. And we'll get rid of section 5.4 and 5.5, and then we'll redo it. Then it'll come to council at the council meeting.
Okay.
All right, perfect.
Yep, sounds
Mhm.
good.
Yep.
Free up everybody's time.
Yes, exactly. It seems very bureaucratic. If we could move on now to 6.3, the yield sign, Dawsey and Hamilton Street.
So this one, I don't know if it's a conflict or not. And Kate said it's not a conflict, but I let Jason deal with it because it's
Okay.
beside my property. So he's gonna take it from here.
So where is this? I can't place it.
My house,
You know where
Mhm.
Ken lives?
you know, Park Street,
Or
where the
yeah,
where
Dawsey
the
Street.
tennis courts are.
Mhm.
So right there on the corner. Not where the tennis courts are, but Hamilton and Park.
Yeah, you just pass the tennis courts, and you turn right, and that's
On
Dawsey
Dawsey.
Street.
Oh,
And then you
okay.
turn around the corner and you
Okay.
hit Hamilton.
Okay, got it. Oh, I didn't realize that was called Dawsey. I was trying to figure out where the heck is Dawsey Street? Okay.
Anyways,
So
we've
the-
received complaints in the past for this, that people going straight onto, our CGS has as division, I'd say it's unnamed road. It's that dirt road that goes around where Public Works dumps all their snow in the wintertime.
Mhm.
Mm,
And we received complaints like a few years ago. I do remember some coming in, people heading straight, think they have the right of way just to keep going through. And then you got somebody coming down Hamilton and they're circling the corner going out on Dawsey. And so we've had some issues that way. And then we received another one, I'm gonna say what, 2 weeks ago, Ken, I think? About that, it was about 2 weeks ago. We almost had another incident with one of the town trucks almost being T-boned on that same street, so I did some research into it. I looked into book 5. Like I said, it doesn't warrant a stop sign because we don't see the amount of traffic
Right,
on that
right.
road to put a stop sign. So what we do is put a yield sign, is anybody heading straight through onto the dirt road who needs to yield to anybody coming from Hamilton and around, as that is the paved road section.
So is the property owner going to trim his hedge?
Well, he gave me a little bit of difficulty, but I took him in the back room, had a talk with him, and
Good.
he's already trimmed them up, so.
All right.
It was fine. Like the day it went out, it was a good view. Like he did have a trim, but he did trim some more branches after. So it's a lot more open now than it was before. So
Okay. Perfect.
Now, just a question, the yield sign would be for the Hamilton Street traffic?
no, it would be for the Dawsey Street. I think there's a map. Like, let me
Yes,
switch over.
yes, I have it here, yes.
So you'd be heading
Yeah.
down Dawsey and you would yield at the Hamilton intersection. So anybody coming down Hamilton, you're turning the bend, right?
Yeah, so
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
you think the yield would be there because you're turning?
Well, you're
like
staying on the
Hamilton?
road, right? You're not going straight. It's for the people going straight onto, well, you will see this map is wrong. It has Dawsey, like you see the pump house station. I wish I could share my screen with you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we can
Mhm.
see it, yeah.
So basically on this map, you're heading west, right? And so
Mhm.
you have to stop if you're cutting across the pavement to keep going on to onto the dirt stuff. It's not really
Okay.
Dawsey. I don't know why CGS has it as Dawsey. It's a unnamed
Okay.
road / division.
But
Okay.
there's already a stop sign.
There's already a
You're not-
stop sign there, like right at the pump house, there's a stop sign right there.
Right,
So it's pretty much the basic
Oh,
scenario
okay.
is out at High Road and Rocky
Rob
Road.
Road,
Yeah.
right, or Rob Road.
It's
and
that
High
same
Road.
kind of situation. Everybody thinks they can keep going straight
Okay.
down the other way and you're not supposed to. You're really supposed to stop because you're crossing the lane of traffic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we had the same situation
Okay.
on Rob Road and High Road, right, Paula?
Yes,
We had to move the yield
But
sign.
it's almost like,
Bass Lake Road. That's where I put that yield sign. Stop people
Mhm.
from going straight on the Bass Lake instead of stopping.
yes, that's right, that's right. Okay. Yeah, there's such some weird intersections in this town, eh?
Yeah. And like I said, like when they pave that out, like for example, that one out at Bass Lake Road. They paved it straight
Yeah.
going into Bass Lake Road. They should have paved it so it rounded the corner and kept on going. So people think, oh, that's the right of way. We'll just keep going straight, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will alleviate people from just blowing straight on through and they actually have to stop and slow down and look, make sure nobody's coming around that corner.
Have a look. Okay.
And Ken, in the case of an accident there, having the yield sign would offer a certain degree of protection to whoever was, had the right of way, correct?
It would alleviate us of any wrongdoings and the person going around the corner.
Right. Any further questions?
No,
So I need a
I
mover
can-
and a seconder.
Move.
Thank you, Sally, Paula, that we,
second.
Can I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
Since the
Mhm.
second part of the resolution's already taken care of, that we take it off? Just so it speeds things up with council?
Sure.
sure,
oh, okay, yeah.
The lights aren't working for me. It's 5 in the mountains. Can she phone Brian Bates?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, so phone Brian Bates. Okay, so I make her is 356-3617.
So I had a question being asked of me here that, so we moved and seconded that, we passed it, right? I kind of
Yes.
lost touch for a minute there. I was being asked another question. So we can move on to
Yeah,
six,
so we don't,
yeah,
yeah.
6.4. That's the speed sign on Woodward.
I tried to answer the questions for each paragraph
Mhm.
that she spoke about.
Yep.
Mhm.
So does anybody have any issues with anything I've written here, or?
I
are-
only
are-
have a grammar issue, I think. Stephen, you can correct me. Paragraph 4, third line down, should it be we have spoken to, both of them? Not we have spoke to? At different
Spoken, correct,
times,
yeah.
The location.
Yep.
Yeah.
Be spoken, Ken, not just spoken.
Spoken.
Okay.
I know it's picky, sorry.
Oh,
Good
Hey.
job, Paula.
that's what we're here for. So to explain a little better, if you look at the pictures of the area,
Mhm.
as we're
Mhm.
coming out of the screen, they didn't want it in front of their house. They didn't want it in front of their empty lot, which got us to the point where we were at the curve sign, which would have blocked our data. We would have had to be 20 feet in front of that, which would have brought us to the sign. What is that sign, Jason? The yellow one?
It's the Jake brake sign, the big huge
Jake
one.
brake sign, which would have plugged it up. We would have had to come to about 20 feet in front of that, which would have put us almost back in the same place that we
Where
were,
we started.
where we started, and it wasn't working. So we did talk to them when we were there. I talked to her on the phone once. I think Pam talked to her on the phone once. Jason talked to them. We tried to explain to them why it was there, but the only thing was, don't put it in my ditch.
Yeah, it's a case of nobody wants it in their backyard.
Yeah, and it's on town property. We put it on our side of the ditch, so it's not on like their side of our
Mhm.
ditch. So it's not as bad as it is. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't have flashing lights. I mean, they do come on, but they're not pointed at the house.
Yeah,
And we
I
will be
mean,
moving
I
it
was
at some
looking at it too, and yeah, exactly that. And then too, like that hedge is there too.
Yeah.
So kind of like breaks it up. I mean, I know you'd still see the top of it, but yeah, I mean, it's not there forever. I
The pole will be
mean,
there,
either
but we'll be
way,
moving it.
no matter where you put it, it's going to be in front of somebody's house, really.
Yeah. And with them saying that nobody's speeding in that spot, well, 65% of the people were speeding in the 14 days that we had it up.
Mm,
And I'd rather have them slowing down before they got to those corners.
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah.
if you could provide them with the statistics, Ken. Would that
Yeah,
help?
I can.
And do you know how long it's going to be in front of their place?
2 or 3 months maybe, and then we'll be, depending on budget, we'll put the new pole in, and depending on H&C, when they have time to put it in. So
And
the
they're,
next
and
one
they're,
will be going.
and they're aware of that, right?
Yeah, we've told them that it's not gonna be there forever. It's just there to slow people down for now. Then it'll go to the other side, or it may go to the west end of town, because we're starting to get some complaints
Mhm.
from the west end of town. But again, then we're gonna get people saying, well, why are you putting it on the way out of town? Because that's where all the speeding is, on the way out of town. So I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, you can't win.
No, you can't win. So you try and make it as best as you can. We didn't put it out there because we had any other spot. There is just no other spot. And we can't take down the MTO signs that are there because they're there for a reason.
Mhm.
And that was with her last one in front of the school, no passing. It's in the regulations. We have to put that there. We have to follow MTO rules. Yes, I know nobody's
It is
gonna-
weird though, it seems, yeah, like, nobody's gonna pass there, you're so close to it anyways. I know, I thought about that too. I thought, that's kind of a crazy place for the sign.
But if we put that up there without that sign and somebody passes and somebody gets hurt, we're the ones that are gonna be liable because we didn't do it as per MTO rules.
Okay, yeah, well, that's the rules, that's the rules.
So
And
the
once the new
speed,
school's built, if we ever see it, that'll be gone too.
Yeah.
now that speed sign can, like when we do move it, the post will remain in its current location.
Yes. Yeah, what I'm hoping to do is over the next year or so, put poles up in all the locations that we have issues so we can move the signs around.
Okay.
Because like anything else, if you see that sign every day, you're just gonna block it out. It's like walking past something on the floor every day, you just block it out after. So that's why I want to move these things around. And the next time we move them, Jason and I are actually gonna go out with H&C. And then we'll be able to move them to the poles without having to hire H&C to do
Okay.
it. Once all the poles are in. I know
Right.
Jason's giving me an ugly look right now, but
Mhm.
Oops,
I will
sorry, I
let
realized
them know
we-
the stats, and I'll give them like this month's stats when they're done.
Mm. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
And you'll want to convey to them as well that the sign may return sometime in the future, correct?
Yes,
That, yeah,
that it will be, it'll be on rotation. When we get issues, we move it to those locations.
Okay.
any further comments?
no, I think just, Debbie is expecting a response to her letter. So, Ken, will you be following up then with her with regards to this, the plan and the timelines and the data supporting this?
Yes, I'll talk to Kate first,
Mhm.
Okay,
and then I'll come up with what we're going to talk to her about. I think in person is better than just receiving a letter.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't like doing
Yeah.
stuff with just sending letters out. In person, you can get more in depth on the stuff.
yeah,
Mhm.
yep, that's good.
And I think that's it.
Good, thank you, Ken. Seeing that we don't have any correspondence or anything pertaining to bylaws or addendum, we can move to adjournment. Sally, we did it with
We
5
did
minutes
it.
to spare.
Yes.
So-
Take my clothes off the line.
There
I
you
was
go. So
speaking
if
as fast as I could.
yeah, so if I could have someone move in second that we adjourn the meeting at 1:25 PM.
I
Thank
can
you,
move it.
Paula.
I can second it.
Thank you very much. All in favor of adjourning? Of course we are.
Of course we
Thank
are.
you.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you very
Great.
much.
Great meeting as always.
Thank you.
Okay, take
All
care.
right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.